When rock legends turn courtroom warriors, the music industry watches in stunned silence. And that's exactly what's happening with Jane's Addiction's explosive legal battle. Perry Farrell, the iconic frontman who shocked the music world with an onstage assault last year, has just fired back at his former bandmates with a legal defense that's as fierce as his stage presence. But here's where it gets controversial. He's not just denying everything, he's turning the tables completely. The drama erupted when 3 of Jane's Addiction's core members, legendary guitarist Dave Navarro, bassist Avery, and drummer Stephen Perkins, decided they'd had enough. In July, this powerhouse trio launched a devastating lawsuit against their longtime frontman, demanding a staggering $10 million in compensation. Their accusations: assault, battery, emotional trauma, negligence, and breach of contract, all stemming from that infamous September 2024 concert that ended with Farrell's fist connecting with Navarro's face in front of thousands of horrified fans. But Farrell isn't backing down. In a bold legal maneuver filed this Monday, the controversial singer has categorically rejected every single allegation thrown his way. According to court documents obtained by People magazine, Farrell's response is nothing short of a complete denial. He maintains that Navarro hasn't suffered any damages whatsoever, despite the very public nature of the on-stage altercation that sent shockwaves through the alternative rock community. And this is the part most people miss. Farrell didn't just play defense. He launched his own counteroffensive, accusing his former bandmates of assault, battery, bullying, and harassment. It's a dramatic role reversal that has left fans scratching their heads and asking, who's really the victim here? The singer's legal team has constructed an impressive fortress of defense, presenting an astounding 35 separate legal arguments. Among these defenses, Farrell claims that Navarro has failed to present sufficient evidence to support his case, hasn't made reasonable efforts to minimize the alleged damages, and, in a particularly pointed accusation, comes to court with unclean hands, a legal term suggesting the plaintiff isn't entirely innocent in the matter. Christopher Frost, the attorney representing Navarro's side, wasn't impressed by Farrell's aggressive response. Speaking to People magazine, Frost delivered what could be interpreted as a subtle dig. Our lawsuit speaks for itself. So does the video. The reference to video evidence suggests there's documented proof of the incident that Frost believes will speak louder than any legal paperwork. Frost continued with what might be seen as a strategic psychological move, pointing out that despite Farrell's countersuit, the frontman's team hasn't taken any proactive legal steps to push their own claims forward. This is consistent with the fact that they have taken no affirmative steps to advance their claims, whether serving discovery or otherwise, Frost explained, essentially suggesting that Farrell's countersuit might be more about public relations than serious legal action. Meanwhile, the 3 remaining members of Jane's Addiction have sent a clear message about their future intentions. Rather than waiting for courtroom drama to unfold, Navarro, Avery, and Perkins have already moved forward creatively, collaborating on fresh musical material without their former frontman. Their recent social media posts show them in the studio together, suggesting that Jane's Addiction, or at least some version of it, will continue to exist, just without the man who helped define their sound for decades. But here's the million-dollar question that's dividing fans and industry insiders alike. In an era where mental health awareness and workplace safety are paramount concerns, how should we view conflicts between longtime collaborators? Some argue that creative partnerships, especially in rock music, have always been volatile and that on-stage altercations are part of the territory. Others contend that physical violence, regardless of the artistic context, crosses an unacceptable line. The situation raises uncomfortable questions about the nature of artistic collaboration, personal accountability, and the blurry lines between creative passion and professional conduct. When does intense artistic expression become workplace harassment? And in an industry built on rebellion and raw emotion, where exactly should we draw the line? What's your take on this explosive situation? Do you think Perry Farrell's aggressive legal defense strategy will pay off, or has he damaged his reputation beyond repair? And here's the controversial part that might split opinions right down the middle. In a genre that's always celebrated pushing boundaries and challenging authority, are we being too quick to judge behavior that might have been considered rock and roll just a few decades ago? Share your thoughts. Are you Team Perry or Team Dave? The music world is watching, and this legal battle might just reshape how we think about accountability in rock and roll forever.